Hi there. I am going to show you how to create a class on Google Classroom, and then I'll show you how to set up an assignment or an announcement to post to the class. Okay, so first I wanted to tell you probably need to start from Google Chrome web browser. It's going to work best with all the Google apps. If you don't prefer Google Chrome or you don't have it, you can get it for free or you can use another web browser. I don't have a lot of experience with the other web browsers, so it may cause some issues, but just my recommendation is using Google Chrome. If you click on the little grid kind of in the upper right of the browser, you can see the Google apps probably in the order that you use them most, but you can find in there Google Classroom. If you don't see it on your list, you can click even more from Google and it shows all of them. And so you'll find Classroom. It looks like a little chalkboard with a person on it. So in order to create a class, there's this little plus button up here. It says create or join your first class. So you'd use that if you were joining a class that somebody else had created. If you wanted to be, if you wanted to see what it looks like for a student view, you could click on that and join it. I'm going to create a class today. So a little warning tells me that if I'm going to use this with students, I have to have the G Suite for Education in my school. So hopefully your school has that. If not, you can maybe just do this for some professional development to kind of figure out how it works. So let's do, the name of the class is Teachers Rock. This is section 100, and the subject is, if you notice that as you type, like you can get like subjects that kids would have in school, but I think professional development would fit best for our topic for today. So it may take a minute to create, but your class just pops up here. You can see that there's this purple color. It usually just assigns a random one or maybe one that it would think would fit good for your theme. Right here it's telling you, I like this about Google, it usually will tell you like how you can do certain things, maybe if you don't know. But this is the little button that will help you create an announcement, an assignment. We'll come back to that in just a sec. I wanted to show you guys how to, we can do like some customization if you wanted to change the theme. I like purple, actually purple is my favorite color, but they have really cool, maybe we'll do the purple bubbles. They have some really cool different themes so that you can, customize a little. If it's for a music class, you could do the piano, or maybe for reading, you could do like the leather-bound books. So I like the purple bubbles, I think looks cool. So when you're ready, you kind of have it customized. You can also upload a photo if there's one that you wanted to use, maybe a picture of your class or something that was personalized. You click the little plus button in order to create an announcement, an assignment, a question, or you can reuse a post. So if something you've posted like a previous, like last year's class, then you can reuse it. You don't have to totally retype it. But the difference is an announcement would just show up here on the stream. It would say something like, okay, go to this website. You can always attach certain things to it, or hey, look at this resource that I have. But it's not going to tell you who's looked at it unless you require them to make a comment. An assignment would be probably the most useful if you're having them do something because you can make sure that they've done it. And then a question would be something that you're going to expect them to respond to, something that they will type their answers to, and you can set up a due date and see who's replied to it. Of course, you can always set up your settings if you want students to answer the questions. This would be a lot like discussion board if you want them to reply to each other, or if you want them to go back and be able to edit. So I actually want to show you guys how to do an assignment. So if we go and create an assignment, maybe the title of the assignment is setting up an assignment Google Classroom. So the instructions are, post your first assignment. I don't want to take too much time. You can make this as long as you need to be specific with your instructions. Something that I think is really awesome is you can post your due date. You can be very specific with your date and time if you choose. So I'm going to say my due date is today, maybe by midnight or 11:59 p.m. Something that's new recently, fairly recently on Google Classroom is you can create a topic. So the topic for this is PD. So then if I get a lot of different assignments in here, the topics will show up over here on the left. And so kids can sort through, students in the class can sort through different assignments by clicking by topic, and it'll show them all of the assignments, announcements, or posts that have been flagged by that topic. So it just helps organize a little bit. Something else that I really like is you can assign your class right now. You can save it as a draft. Maybe I started it. Wait, I'm not ready to assign this yet. Or you can schedule it. So let's say I don't want my kids to have access to this until tomorrow. I mean, I made it due today, but let's say I don't want them to have access to it until third period. So I'm going to make it pop up at 9:38. Okay, so you can choose what time you would like it to be assigned to show up on Google Classroom. Something else that you can do is you can attach a document that you would upload from your computer. You can search YouTube for a video. You can insert a link for a website. And something that I do a lot is I give kids either the directions, the rubric, or even an actual document that I can make a copy for them so that they edit that document. It's personal to them, and then they actually just turn it in right there on Classroom. So maybe I give them, okay, so I want to share it with them. This is just my shopping list, but let's say I wanted them to have a copy of it so they could update it. So I need them to go to, they can see it, they can edit it, which means all students would be editing the same document, which would be great for collaboration, or I can make a copy for each student. So I want to make sure that I have it shared with them. That way they can access that. And then once I think I have everything ready, I can just assign the assignment. It takes kind of a minute to get it going. And then this is what the kids will see. It looks almost just like this for the students as it does for the teachers. So when the kids click on this document, it'll pop up. Don't have much shopping to do here, but you can see that they can edit it. When a student clicks on it, it actually will name it with their name, and then it'll have the title of the document that you've shared with them. So once they're done, they'll have a little button that says turn in. They can either turn it in right from the document, or they can turn it in from the assignment. And then as a teacher, you can see how many students have completed the assignment, how many are done, how many are not done. And you can even update the amount of points, and you can return the grade to them so they know, give them some feedback on their assignment. Of course, you can always make comments and allow them to update on there as well. If you have more than one class, you can toggle through your classes using these little bars over here. For this Google account, I really only have one class, but it does have a calendar. You can go back to your classes, so if you had more this way. Now, in order to get students to join the class, you will need to click on Students in the top, and then you can either invite students by email, or really the easiest way is just have them go to their Google Classroom account and enter in this class code. I usually just post the class code, have the kids enter it in, and once they joined, they are joined. So Google's given me a little note here. If we want kids to be able to comment, can just update this here. There are a lot more actions, but I hope that you have learned how to create your Google Classroom and share an assignment.